Alright everyone, so today I am really excited about a product that I bought a few months ago, and I wanted to test it out thoroughly before doing a review for you, and that is on the Arlo camera. Now, what is really cool about this and why I selected this over a lot of the competition was you actually get free cloud storage with this. And a lot of other companies want to get you to sign up for a monthly subscription fee, ranging anywhere from a few dollars upwards of, $15, $20 a month. And I didn't want to do that. So what I ended up doing is I went with Arlo because not only do they give you the free cloud storage, which is great, but they also have the ability to add USB drives to the back. So I've got a couple gig drive here, and in a couple months use, this is not even filled up yet. Arlo also makes it really easy in the settings to overwrite old video files. So if there's nothing you need on there after you fill up your storage, it'll just start overwriting those files, which is really cool. And then it also has some status indicator lights on the front, kind of showing you that everything's up and running and online. And on the base station itself, we keep this tucked in behind our TV, so you don't even see it there. But this is how you would turn off the siren if the siren were to go off. And again, I'll kind of show you in settings how all of that works, but basically we don't keep the siren on. It's something that we just click manually if, we're at work, we get a notification someone's at the door, it looks like they're breaking in. You can just go ahead and hit the alarm, or you can have it anytime it senses motion that the alarm triggers. But I'll show a little sample clip of how loud that is. This is how the alarm sounds with all the windows shut. It is almost deafening to be next to it. You wouldn't think something out of this small of a box could be that loud, but it's loud. Loud enough for the neighbors to hear. So that's a good thing. And then besides that, you've got an on-off switch. You hook this up via a wired connection to the back of your modem or router. And then the little spot for the power cord to plug into. So that's basically all there is to this box. It's very lightweight, has rubber grips on the bottom, so it's not going anywhere. And it looks aesthetically pleasing. This will fit in with most of your decor, and it doesn't stand out too much, so most people don't even know it's there or what it is. Moving on then to the camera itself, this is basically it. Again, another kind of attractive design. It is waterproof, and basically you've got your little charge cord. Don't lose the charge cord because most of the micro USB cords that would plug into this don't fit here because of this opening here is not very big, and it's kind of a deep pocket there, so most cords get hung up on this outer rim. So keep the cord that it comes with. That's very important. Then you've got the little screw-in portion here, the threaded portion. That's for the different types of mounts that you may have, so I'll show how mine connects. It actually twists on. And the mount that it comes with is just a magnetic indoor mount. They do not recommend the one that comes with the kit for use outdoors. And I'll kind of show you that one as well. If we open it up, we see we've got a nice battery here. This battery, in my opinion, does not last quite as long as what Arlo suggests. I'm getting about a month out of a battery, but I've got it on the highest quality settings. And it's also a heavily trafficked area. So if you're putting this on a sidewalk where the public goes by, expect to charge this a lot more frequently. If you have it in a lower traffic area, I've known people to set these up to point at furnaces and things like that for safety reasons. Then, this may last you 6 months plus on a single charge. On the bottom, we have microphone and speakers. So that actually gives you a two-way communication. So I could be at work, see a UPS guy trying to leave a package, and I can communicate with him over this. That's one of the cons, is I would say that does not work quite as slick as I would have expected or hoped. Basically what happens is, even though I'm on high-speed internet at home where this is and high-speed internet at work, it does not always give a seamless voice transmission. In fact, most of the time it does not. So I've even done that where I'm in the basement, my wife's outside, I'm trying to tell her something, and it gets kind of broken up. She can't really hear what I'm trying to say. So I would say that's kind of a con with this, is that feature doesn't always work as intended, but that's not really why I purchased this. So if that's a big deal to you, that's something to take note of. Another thing is the add-on cameras can be quite expensive on these. So you're looking at about $150 for another camera when I only paid about $210 for the whole unit overall. It's a little bit steeper than I would have expected for the camera itself. But again, it's such a seamless, nice system to use that I'm seriously considering getting more of these. They also come with the addition of an accessory you can buy that plugs into the back, and it's actually a solar panel that will just give this like a trickle charge, and you never have to pull it off and charge. So again, another con to this is when you do need to charge it, after you get everything set up just the way you want it, and if you purchase this, you'll know what I mean. To get the sensitivity right and get it set right so it goes off when you want it to, and doesn't go off, in circumstances that you don't necessarily want. For us, we have a road that goes by. I don't want it to go off with every car. I just want it to record when someone's coming up to the house. So to get that fine-tuned and then to have to remove this to charge the battery is kind of a pain sometimes. The other really thing I like, this is discreet. And most people don't even notice it's there. So for the first few weeks, we didn't tell anybody it was there, and family members, friends did not notice until we mentioned something. So that's kind of cool. One of my favorite features is actually how this connects to an app called If This Then That. And if you're not familiar with that app, download it today. It connects with all your smart devices. But basically what I can do is, the coolest feature is I set this up to work with my Hue lights. So my wireless Wi-Fi lights. When this detects motion, it sends the information up to the cloud and goes back and triggers my If This Then That light bulbs on Hue, which is a Philips brand, and it'll actually get the lights inside the house to flash. For those of you that wear a smartwatch, this is what you get basically the instant that there's any motion detected. Pretty cool. So that's what we see anytime that we have motion, which is really cool. So before someone even rings the doorbell, lights are flashing, alerting us that there's motion outside. So that's really, really cool. So what I'd like to do next is kind of walk you through the app and just show you how that works. So let's hop into that next. Alright, so I just wanted to show you the outside setup I have here, and this is actually an aftermarket mount, and I did not use the one that came with the kit because it's just magnetic. This one actually threads in through the back, and the downside of any of these, of course, is going to be that you can't get to the charger, so you're actually going to have to unscrew this and get all your adjustments back. But this is just a quick look at how I've got this set up. You do have a good range of motion that you can move this around with. And actually, when you look at this from anybody that's walking up to it, it's kind of difficult to see it's even there unless you know what you're looking for. Alright, now here's a quick look at the mount that actually comes with the Arlo, and it's got a really nice stick there. It actually takes quite a bit of pressure, and you have a good range of motion. So I actually started with it here, but my thought was, what's to keep any intruder from just coming up and grabbing this and walking away with a $150 camera, essentially. But as far as, winter storms or anything with a good amount of wind, this is going to hold quite a bit. I mean, it's on there. Give you a closer up look. Disregard the spider webs. But overall, this is good for indoors. I would not use it for outdoors. Alright, so on the main page, when you first log into the app, this is what you see. So as you can tell, I only have one camera, and the other one shows click to add a device. And we only have the one, so it's showing the last recorded preview of the camera. So if you click the live button, it's going to spin for a second while it connects. And then eventually what you're going to get is a live feed. So this here is a live feed. So on the bottom there we have a pause button. We can do a manual record if we'd like. And I'm going to go ahead and mute it so we don't go over our audio here. So if we click the record button, it's going to just start recording what it sees. Hit the record again and it's going to stop. If you don't want a recording and you just want a picture, click the camera icon and it snaps a picture. You can also adjust brightness of the camera. I usually leave it right in the middle. This microphone here, if I hold down on the green button, it'll allow me to speak. And that's what you'd use to communicate with anybody that's at your door. We also have where we can mute the audio coming out of the camera as well, and then we can go into a full screen as well. And up top, you see when I click full screen, there is the option to click the alarm, which is extremely loud. So we'll demonstrate that again here shortly. And then moving up from there, that's all the features there. If I click pause, now it's going to kick out of that mode. So if you're going off a battery and you don't have it hardwired connected to a power outlet or a solar panel, you probably don't want to leave the live feed on all the time, or you're going to drain the battery a lot quicker. Going up from there, it says front camera, so it's telling us which camera this is. And right now the camera is disarmed. So if we go into our settings, it shows disarmed. If I click it over to armed and go back, it's now going to show that the motion is tracking. So that little guy with a few lines in front of it, that means it's sensing motion only. Now, if I had it set where it would also detect audio, so if it's in a spot, if you have this set up where someone could possibly break into a window and you wouldn't see it on the camera, you can click into the settings, in the mode settings, and change the sensitivity settings here. So you can select audio detected, and even better than that, you can go and slide it on a scale of sensitivity and kind of play with it till you get a sweet spot there. You can do the same with the motion, and you got a scale of 1 to 100. This is something you're going to have to play around with to get it just right. And also aiming the camera just right to get what you want and nothing else. So if we hit back here and done, and we'll go back to devices, it shows our signal strength is excellent. It shows right now the battery is charging. And then it also shows that little USB icon shows that I have a device connected to it, and since it's black, it is working. When it's red or grayed out, that means it's recording. And then we have 0 notifications, and under settings, this is all of the settings. And I kind of like in here how they show you the battery percentage, so you get a good idea of where it's at. They also have different positioning modes, so you can kind of assist you in setting things up. Also, you can set for best video, optimized, or best battery life. I'm keeping it at optimized at the moment, and it's working out pretty well for me. Device info, you can do updates and things like that. Under library, this is what shows you all of the videos that have been created and pictures. So this shows that video we just took and the picture. If we click on the video, it's going to show us a brief caption of what just took place there, which was nothing at the time. And we can go through, it keeps track of like the last 7 days. So we can go through here and see, what it all tracked over previous days, which is pretty cool. And then the modes again, you can do it also by geofencing. So when it knows you're close to home, it'll kick off the alarm and kick off the sensitivity, so you're not getting a bunch of false video recordings. Again, under here, you've got all your basic settings about subscription status, and you can grant access to people, which is pretty cool. So if you want to grant access to a friend or family member, you certainly can do that as well. So overall, very, very pleased with this product. I think it's definitely worth the $200+ you're going to spend on something like this. I wouldn't get the original Arlo. I would get the Arlo Pro, and I wasn't too sold on spending the extra dollars on the Arlo Pro 2, just because I thought this was a good overall value for what the performance level is. So I want to thank you all for watching, and please subscribe for more videos. Have a great day.